Good morning, Maharlikans of grade 7. How are you? Are you ready for the third quarter? Okay, so we are now in the third quarter of this school year. Okay, so we'll start now our lesson in Mathematics 7 for the third quarter. So we will have Module 1 or the week 1 for the third quarter. So we're going to start on the basic concept and terms in geometry. Okay, so this is once again server. Okay, so let's start. I'm excited to start our third quarter because all of you are now talaga namang excited at talaga namang excited na because we're already the third quarter. So malapit na, isa na lang quarter. Natapos din natin ang isang school year. So let's start. For this third quarter in geometry, let's start first, define first geometry. Geometry comes from the Greek word geo, which means earth, and metron, which means to measure. Okay, so this is geometry. So let's have first undefined terms on geometry. Okay, so in geometry, formal definition are formed using other defined words or terms. However, there are three words in geometry that are not formally defined. These words are point, line, and plane. So let us differentiate the three. So let's start first point. What is point? A point suggests an exact location in space. It has no dimension. We use a capital letter to name a point. So given the letters in the alphabet, you can write or you can name point using a capital letter. For example, point A. So that is point. Second one, line. A line is a set of points arranged in a row. It is extended endlessly in both directions. It is one-dimensional figure. 2 points determine a line. That is, two distinct points are contained exactly one line. Okay, so we use a lowercase letter or any 2 points on the line to name the line. For example, that is the line. So we have A and B, point A, point B. How are you going to name a line? Line M, small m, or line AB. So that is how are you going to name a line. So later on, I will give more example. How are you going to name point and line? So let's have plane. A plane is a set of points in an endless flat surface. The following determine a plane. 3 non-collinear points, 2 intersecting lines, 2 parallel lines. So later on, you will know the definition of the three terms. A line in a point not on the line. Okay, so we use a lowercase or 3 points on the plane to name the plane. For example, plane ABC, or if you're going to use capital letter, or if it's a small letter, you can use 1, lowercase. But if capital letter, the 3 points. Let's have subsets of a line. We have in a line, we can have two terms that we can have. The line segment and the ray are the subsets of a line. So let's start with line segment. A line segment has 2 endpoints while a ray has only 1 endpoint, and it is extended endlessly in one direction. So we have illustrated example of line segment. We have point X and point Z. So 2 endpoint, point X, point Z. So you can name that line segment XZ. The segment above or the illustrated may be named line segment AZ or line segment ZX. A vinculum is placed above its name to distinguish it from the name of a line where the same letters are used. Okay, take note. The length of a segment is the distance between two endpoints. Okay? So let's have array which start from point X. We have illustrated on the screen point X, point Y, point Z. That is line M. Okay? So the array which start from point Y that goes on indefinitely to the left is named ray YX, denoted by ray YX. Its endpoint is Y. Notice that when you name array, you are use capital letters. Take note, capital letters. And its endpoint is written first. The other ray in the above figure is ray YZ, denoted by ray YZ. Okay, so ray YZ and ray YX are opposite rays. Two rays are opposite if they are subsets of the same line and have common endpoint. Let's have examples of these undefined terms. As you can see on the screen, we have point A, point B, point C. So how are you going to name that again by point? Using capital letters. So you can write point A, point B, point C in Word. Okay, on the next one, you can see here a line. We have point A and point B. So how are you going then? There is a small letter L. So you can name a line L, using lowercase. Then uppercase, line AB or line BA. And we have plane. Inside the figure, we have M. There's no point. So you can name that plane M. But using the different point, we have point A, point B, point C. So you can name the plane using the three letters. Let's have the types of point. We have two types of point. Collinear and coplanar points. Or coplanar points. Coplanar or coplanar points. Collinear points, these points lie on the same line, okay? Lie on the same line. And coplanar points lie on the same plane, okay? So, collinear set of points that lie on the same line. Coplanar point, set of points that lie on the same plane. Let's have more examples of defined terms. How are you going to name? Using line AB as beginning terms. So as you can see on the screen, we have line AB. From line AB, let us name a segment. From point A to point B, there are both endpoints. So we can name that segment AB, or segment AB, or segment BA, using the word segment or the AB, which there is a vinculum, and BA and then vinculum, so that is segment. As you can see, the vinculum, there is no arrow, meaning to say that is segment. Okay, so we have another example to ray. Point A and point B and point. As you can see, the arrow continues. So how are you going to write that? Using the word ray AB or ray AB, a vinculum which there is an arrow on direction. Then we have opposite rays. Opposite rays, okay? Common point, the opposite ray. So we have ray AG and ray ED. Let's have intersections. Two or more geometric figures intersect if they have one or more points in common. The intersection of a figure is the set of points they have in common. As you can see on the figure, we have point P, which is the common point. The common point. So we have line GH and line LX that met at one point, which is the point P. So the two lines intersect at one point, which is the point P. So that is intersection. Okay, right? So Another example here on the other side. So as you can see, the figure, we have the plane y and the plane x. We have other geometric terms. Other geometric terms. So we have angle. So I know you are already familiar with this, but I am going to explain further. Angle is the union of two non-collinear rays with a common endpoint. Take note, common endpoint, wherein this common endpoint is called vertex, okay? Is called vertex. The two rays are called side. The two rays are called sides. The symbol used for an angle is like that, as you can see. That's the symbol, the one I encircle. Okay, illustrated, we have a line, yan. So the vertex, y, and we have x and z. The figure above is an angle. It can be named as, you can name an angle using three point, the three capital letters, the 3 point. The middle is always the vertex. So we have angle XYZ or angle ZYX. The letter representing the vertex is written between the other two letters. Okay? You can also name as angle Y using the vertex. Simply use the vertex to name it. Or you can name also the number. Angle 1. Use the number inside the angle. And where are the kind of angles? There are the kinds of angles. So let's start with the first one. Zero angle. What is zero angle? An angle that measures exactly 0 degrees. Okay? So number 2, acute angle. What is acute angle? An angle that measures greater than 0 degree but less than 90 degrees. So measure 0 to 89 degrees. Okay? Number 3, right angle. An angle that measures exactly 90 degrees. Number 4, obtuse angle. An angle that measures greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. So meaning to say 91 degrees to 179 degrees. And number 5, straight angle. An angle that measures exactly 180 degrees exact. And number 6, reflex angle. An angle that measures greater than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees. Meaning to say 181 degrees to 359 degrees. And the angle that measures exactly 360 degrees, one revolution angle, is what we call aperigon angle. Aperigon angle. Okay, so that's all for the week 1. The different basic terms in geometry that we're going to use while we proceed on the next lesson to the next lesson. Okay, so before we end, let's dig in and let's apply. Answer this in your paper. Then after that, I'll give you a minute to answer. Then we will check. After we check, you are going to put your paper in your green folder that you're going to submit after the 3rd quarter end. Okay? So answer now.